Okay, so here's the second attempt today to locate the drone. I was just trying to look at the logs and so forth yesterday, and one of the weird things in looking at the flight logs, the information, they don't really make sense. For example, flight airtime 44 minutes and 16 seconds. Wow, this must be the best drone battery in the world for it to last that long according to this, where it still had like what, 59% battery left when it fell. Now I'm fairly certain where it went. It was just the fact that it hit a tree and so forth. I don't know exactly where it could be on the ground. Plus there was snow there as well. With this drone being smaller and gray, it could be I just didn't see it. But it was kind of interesting too, because even with that weird time saying it's been in the air, for example, for 44 minutes, it says here the log duration was 44 minutes and 19 seconds on the air and ground, and 44 minutes and 16 seconds on the air only. So if this thing says it was there for 3 seconds on the ground, that would theoretically mean it was still on, correct, to get the signal? Although again, from what I saw on the controller, it immediately disconnected for whatever reason. I still don't really know why, even from looking at these logs and so forth. So since I could have just overlooked it, maybe it got stuck on some branches above, I did bring the Mini too. So I'll get kind of a view of that first to see if I can see anything at all. Then other than that, I might try again just to walk there and just to see if I can find anything, because it should be there. It might be an interesting comparison too, because a lot of you haven't seen the footage from the Mini 2 in a while. And just from my experience so far, from all this real hands-on review, if that's what we want to say, with the daily usage, I would say, from my experience anyways, it feels like the Mini 2 flies a lot better functionality-wise, control. But the Evo Nano Plus, it just seems like the camera's a lot better. That's just how it was so far anyways. But yeah, let's just see if we can find anything, hopefully. I believe so far out of all the drones I've got, I've never had one that didn't have one type of issue before the 1 year mark. It's almost like what they say about things like warranty and stuff like that. They're designed in a way where that's when they expected, per se, like when it will start degrading and all that. And just because I use it so much, I would imagine there's just way more wear and tear, whatever happened in this case anyways. As mentioned, the first time when the Mavic Pro fell with this guy, I didn't know why, but afterwards it seemed like there was something wrong with the leg. And this one, I don't know, it just seems like there's something with power, or it's just some issue with the drone in general. Because like with all companies, I always read people saying their drones fell out of the sky and so forth. I had no problems overall until yesterday, which is a little odd. Probably right in front of me somewhere too. It's just so small. All the way there? Oh really? Okay. Oh neat. Okay, good eye. Okay, so many weird twists and turns. At first I flew the drone there, couldn't see anything. It seemed like, oh, I guess it's gone per se. As a last, I guess, ditch effort, I went to the place again to try to look for it. You have to actually cross the water and stuff. I had equipment to walk through there, for example, the stuff that you could actually use as a fisherman, I guess, normally. Went there, looked around for a while, nothing there, was gonna give it up. But then all of a sudden, on a random, this lady in the bench is sitting there saying, "Are you looking for a drone?" And my friend there said, "Yes." Now apparently she goes, "It's right over there." Apparently I guess it got swept, or somebody took it from the water near the bridge and they just left it there. I was like, what the? How did it get over there? And I basically did all that searching and stuff for nothing. So, well, it's kind of cool afterwards, I guess. I checked the drone afterwards. It was actually pretty dry, but when you take the battery out, you can see those dirt actually inside, which I would imagine is because water went in. But at least we found the drone, huh? I was going to say before too, I was a little disappointed I didn't get to do all the tests that I wanted to, because one of the purposes of me using that drone and the Autel drone was, one, to test their products and their company overall. I was only really missing one type of season captures. That was during the springtime with things like cherry blossom, so maybe I'll get to do it now. Although I'm not flying this drone, obviously. Funny enough, it actually looks like it could still operate, but you should still send it back. But the question is, what do I do now? Because they still actually didn't get back to me in regards to how their policy said one thing about the care plan, the delivery and so forth. So should I just send this right now to Autel in their, I guess, head office in the US and see what happens? But yeah, so what should I do now? Should I try contacting Autel support again to kind of clarify, hey, you said free shipping and so forth, or should I just send this thing, I guess, down there and let's see if they can actually give it back to me before the springtime per se, like a new one. Although they didn't actually answer too, because I mentioned, what are you doing about the batteries and so forth? There's definitely damage now too, so this is a reason why you would want to actually send something back with these care plans, correct? Again, we're looking at the logs and so forth. I don't know what's wrong. He even says in all the messages there was no warning or anything. There was so much battery life, so who knows what happened. Alright, see you guys later.